Great good morning, officers. I, Smith Kumar Singh, welcome all of you in Magadputri UPSC YouTube channel. My dear friends, today in this video we are going to read, recall and revise the Bpsc 67th Anthropology optional subject. Anthropology optional subject of Bpsc Civil Bihar Public Service Commission 67th. Is that clear? I am not going to any analysis. I am only going to read as it is. And the purpose of the reading that many students were asking the optional subject in English medium, because I already uploaded in Hindi medium syllabus of anthropology and many other optional subject of Bpsc 67th. So the purpose of reading only is that you able to know within a few minutes what is inside the syllabus of anthropology Bpsc. What are the important content or important topic in which the questions may be asked in Bpsc examination or men's examination. So let us start. Anthropology section 1. Anthropology section 1. Bpsc 67th. There are the three sections: section 1, section 2 and section 3. First we will read section 1. Each section carries 100 marks. Section 1 and section 3 are compulsory and candidates may offer either section 2A and section 2B in section 2. Now, first we will read section 1. Meaning and scope of anthropology and its main branches: social cultural anthropology, physical anthropology, archaeological anthropology, linguistic anthropology and applied anthropology, community and social institutions, group and association, culture and civilization, band and tribe, marriage, the problems of universal definition, insects and prohibited categories, preferential form of marriage, marriage payments, the family as a cornerstone of human society, universality and the family, function of the family, forms of family, unclear, extended, joint, etc., stability and change in the family, form of marriage, family and marriage among polyandrous tribes, kinship descendants, residence alliance, kin terms and kinship behavior, lineage and clan kingship categories. Economic anthropology: meaning and scope, mode of exchange, water and ceremonial exchange, reciprocity and redistribution, market and trade. Political anthropology: meaning and scope, the locus and the power and the functions of legitimate authority in different societies, difference between state and stateless political systems, nation building processes in the new state law and justice in simpler societies, origin of religion, animisms and animatisms, difference between religion and magic, totemisms and taboo, fieldwork and fieldwork traditions in anthropology, study of social organization, youth organization, economic organization, political organization and religion among the tribes Orans, Mundas, Ho, Shanthal and Biharos of Bihar. Now section 2A. Foundation of the theory of organic evolution of Lamarckisms, Darwinisms and synthetic theory, human evolution, biological and cultural dimensions and microevolution. The order primate, a comparative study of primates with special reference to the anthropoid apes and mammals, place of man among animals, species, amphibia, reptiles, apes, mammalia, clarifications of mammalia and anthroids. A comparative analysis of anatomical similarities and dissimilarities in man and apes, intelligence and social life of monkey and apes, fossil evidence of human evolution, Lemuroids, Thermoids, and Propithecus and Prolipithecus and Philopithecus, Lemnopithecus, Procunculs, and Diropithecus, Rampithecus, Australopithecines, and Australopithecus africanus, and Peliciniathorpos, Thansvalensis, Australopithecus, Promothetus, and Panthropus robustus, and Homoerectus, and the Homo spens. Genetics definitions. The Mendelian principle and its application to human population, effect of nutrition, inbreeding, and hybridization. Definition of race, concept of pure race and race, nation and linguistic groups, race and cultural activities, racism and dangerous myth. Racial differentiation of the man and basis of racial classification, morphological, serological, and genetic. Role of heredity and environment and the formation of races. Vast criteria of racial classification: skin color, hair structures, heat form, nose, eye types, and blood group. Varieties of the modern races of man, and the three major races and their sub-races: Caucasoids and its subdivision, Archaic Caucasoids races, Mongoloids and its subdivisions, Negroids and its subdivisions, American Negroes. Comparative studies of their physical, genetic, and intelligence similarities and differences. Now, races in India. Classification of Risley's with its criticisms. Classification of Helltowns. Classification of Equators. Classification of Guhas. Classification of Sarkar. The Negritos radical elements in India. Now, section 2b. Technique, methods, and methodology distinguished. Meaning of evolution, biological and socio-cultural. The basic assumptions of the 19th century evolutionisms and comparative methods, contemporary trends in evolutionary studies, diffusion and diffusionisms, American distribution and historical ethnology, and German speaking ethnologist. The attack on the comparative methods by diffusionists and the fairy boys, the nature and process and methods of comparison in social, cultural, and anthropological. Redcliffe Brown, again Oscar Lewis and Sarnas, pattern, basic personality, construct, and model personality, the relevance of anthropological approach to national character studies, a recent trend in psychological anthropology. Now, functions and causes. Malinowski's contribution to functionalism in social anthropology, functions and structure, Redcliffe Brown, Firthfords and Nettles. Structuralisms in linguistic and in social anthropology, Levi-Strauss and Leach in the viewing social structure as a model. The structuralist methods in the study of myth, new ethnography and the formal semantic analysis, norms and values as a category of anthropological description. Values of anthropologists and anthropology as a source of values, cultural relativisms and the issues of universal values, social anthropology and history, scientific and humanistic studies distinguished a critical examination of the plea for the unity of methods of the natural and social sciences, the nature and logic of anthropological field work method and its autonomy, theories and methods of anthropological and evolution and comparative methods, Herbert Spencer's, L.H. Morgan and Edward Purcell Tyler's, and limitations, particularisms, Ferry Boas, A.L. Corriver, Ruth Van D. Treffel, Lintani, and Abraham Gardner's limitations of particularistics approach, structive and function approach. Emile Durkheim's, Proniliser's, Malinowski's, A.R. Radcliffe Brown, Lassex A. White, Evans Pritchard's, and Levi-Strauss. Contribution of anthropology to planning and development studies, socio-cultural dimension of plant economy, social cultural parameters of directed change, cultural hurdles of technological changes among tribes in India, tribal problems, causes, consequences, and solution. Social movement and tribal movement. Meaning and features. Tribal movement in Bihar, Thana, Bihar Tana, Bhagat and Birsa movement, changing scene of the tribal movement in Bihar and tribal leadership in Bihar. Now, section 3, Indian Anthropology. Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic, Protohistoric Indus civilization, dimensions of Indian culture, distribution of racial and linguistic elements in Indian population, the basis of the Indian social system, Varna, Ashrama, Purushārtha and caste, joint family, the growth of the Indian anthropology, distinctiveness of anthropological contribution in the study of the tribal peasant sections of the Indian population, the basic concept used, great tradition and the little tradition, scared complex universalizations and chichaculations, Sanskritizations and westernization, dominant caste tribe caste continuum and nature man spirit complex. Ethnographic profiles of Indian tribes, racial, linguistic, and social economic characteristics, problems of the tribal peoples, land alienation, indebtedness, lack of educational facilities, shifting cultivation, migration, forest, and tribal unemployment, agricultural labor, special problems of hunting and food gathering and other minor tribes, the problem of culture, contact, impact of organization and industrializations, depopulation, regionalisms, economic and psychological frustration, history of tribal administration. The constitutional safeguards for the scheduled tribe policies, plans, programs of the tribal development and their implementations. The response of the tribal people to the government measures for them, the different approaches to tribal problems, the role of anthropology in tribal development, the constitutional provisions regarding the scheduled caste and social disabilities suffered by the scheduled caste and the social economic problems faced by them, issues relating to national integration. So these are the syllabus of anthropology of Bpsc 67th section 1 as well as section 2. If you are the first time on my channel, then like it, share it as well as subscribe it. Also press the bell icon for more updates. Any queries, comment, suggestion and advice, you may comment in the comment box. Thank you once again. Have a great day.